several things. Regret means I wish something would have happened differently. Yeah, of course. I mean, if I had my choice about a lot of the experiences I went through in my life, I would have chosen a lot of different experiences. Um, and I did go through periods of regret in my life, but regret does not serve a purpose other than simply to hold you to your past and hold you to the experience and emotions you went through because of those moments and those experiences. So in other words, you're reactivating the old energy. Regret just activates old states of being in pain and suffering because of experiences you've gone through. So it serves absolutely no purpose. So you have to learn to kind of pull back from that. So instead of wishing things differently, accept things as they have occurred. Because the moment you start to get to a place of acceptance, it's not easy because it may feel like you're saying, I'm allowing this to be the way it is, or I choose that that's the way it's supposed to be. No. I still, again, today, if I were going to choose different things for things in my life to have happened differently, I would have definitely chosen things to have happened differently. However, I don't regret that they happened because I'm like, look, that's what happened. That's how this went down. That's how that went down. One of my closest friends that I had for years, we had a huge falling out. And I wish that would have ended differently. I wish that would have, have been handled in a very different way when it happened. However, oh well, it is what it is. My life is still going to be good regardless of what happened with that friendship and relationship. I'm still going to have a good life. I'm still going to have friendships. I'm still going to trust people or open my heart to others regardless of what happened to that situation, regardless of having a broken heart. It doesn't matter because it happened and I actually gained a lot from that experience. I learned a lot from that person. I'm very grateful that they entered into my life when they did because there were a lot of good things and positive things that came from that relationship, regardless of what happened in the end. But it is what it is. And I accept that. And okay, moving on. And so not only that, in the moving on, I actually had I had someone new come into my life who became my best friend. So I basically was able to move forward and life said, okay, that was a struggle for you. That wasn't easy. You lost this person in your life and that friendship ended in ways that broke your heart. But it's okay because you've accepted it. You're at peace with it. Here's a new friend. Here's a new person to give your heart to. And I did. It wasn't easy, but it was the right person to be able to heal some of the brokenheartedness. You can still have a broken heart and still move forward and not regret. I don't regret what happened as far as the relationship and the experiences. I had a broken heart for many years after that, but I wasn't trying to go back and change everything. I just accepted it. It is what it is. And that's the thing. It's okay to have a broken heart. You can have a broken heart and also still have an incredible life. This whole COVID thing has broken my heart. I mean, it's really broken my heart with the way people have handled themselves, the way that they've handled each other, the way they treat each other, the way they talk to each other, the way that they are okay with just thinking about themselves and not about everybody else. Like there are reasons why that whole situation was very heartbreaking for me. And I doubt that that's going to change anytime soon because that shows me what we're capable of as a species on this planet. And so some of my ideas and my thoughts about what we could be capable of as we move forward, this ascension of being, all these kinds of ideas in my mind and in my reality, no, that's going to take a lot longer than we anticipated. I'm not saying it will never happen. I'm not saying we won't evolve as people. I'm not saying we can't overcome. I'm just coming to reality. That happened. It's heartbreaking. It's still heartbreaking, and there's nothing I can do to change it at this point. It is what it is. I accept and embrace. Okay, well, moving on. And so I'm still, I have plenty of clients who, hold positions very opposite of me, and that's okay. They're allowed to hold different positions than me. But at the same time, I have work that I'm here to do. If you don't align with my work, then don't come to me. But most people, I mean, you can be different than me. I don't care if you're a different person than me. We're all different from each other. But we all have the potential and the capacity. And I know we have the capacity because I see the capacity in myself. I've experienced in myself the capacity that I know we are all capable of. And so I know what is possible. And I know it's more than that is possible. And that's where my faith comes in. That's where my hope comes in. That's where my optimism still exists at. I know that we are capable of more than what I've been able to achieve or express or be. And that is where my faith is. So that's where I work towards, and that's what I move towards. even though I still have a broken heart because of what happened. So you can maintain two different perspectives, but I don't wish things to be differently. It just helps me to see things differently and to understand what I need to do now in a very different way. So it's okay. So don't regret the past because it's not going to change no matter how hard you regret it. Accept that it is what it is, and then embrace the fact that there's nothing you can do to change it. But you can move forward, and you're still here, you're still alive, and you still have a life to live. You can still have a good life. You can still have a decent life. You can still have a life where you have moments of joy, moments of love, moments of pleasure. That's all possible still. Just because you went through a painful or traumatic or regretful experience doesn't mean you're no longer human. You are still human. You have access to all of your emotions. If you're in trauma and you're stuck in that state, then that's going to take some work and effort to move past, to get back to a place where you can access the other aspects of your human beingness, your emotional abilities. But still, we are still human. We can still use all of our faculties.